Welcome back. Now, on the last video, we got set up to write some code for PyTorch model deployment, that should be. And I found a little trick over here. So these are all the little file system that makes up Google Colab. Our stuff is in content. So this is going modular. These are the scripts we downloaded from the course GitHub repo. So all this is now in here and we can access that. So you might have already done this step to get some data, but if you go to this link over here, which is getting data, so it says here that we left off in 08, PyTorch paper replicating. We trained a vision transformer and we compared it to our EfficientNet B2 feature extractor that we trained in number 7, PyTorch experiment tracking. But we saw that something was off in the comparison. The EfficientNet B2 model was trained on 20% of the pizza, steak, and sushi data from Food 101, whereas the VIT model was trained on 10%. So to make a fair comparison, or to compare apples to apples is a saying you'll often hear, we want to download the same data set, the 20% pizza, steak, and sushi data set, so that we can train an FNet B2 model and a vision transformer, because they are the two best performing models we have so far for our food vision mini problem. And we want to once more run one more experiment on the same data set to see which model best suits our use case. So with that being said, let's now download some data. We can do that using the download data function that is contained within the helperfunctions.py file, which is on the course GitHub. We wrote this, if we look up here, we wrote this in section 7. So download data. So to save us rewriting all of this code again, we're just going to import that function. If you'd like to see where we wrote that, you can go back over here. I believe it was in PyTorch experiment tracking. Right up the top here. Yeah, that's where we originally wrote that function, and then I've just saved it into helperfunctions.py. So I'm just going to copy this from number 9, PyTorch model deployment, put it in there, download the data. It's going to download it from GitHub. Beautiful, nice and quick. So it unzips for us, and then we can set up our training paths. Set up training and test paths. Train dir equals data 20% path / train, and then we can set up the test dir, which is going to be data 20% path / test. Train dir, test dir. We've done this a fair few times now, but that's how we practice simplicity and repetition. So now we have a data file and we have pizza, steak, sushi 20%, and there's our testing directory here. And here's our training directory, or the path to these directories. Now we can use these to create data loaders. So we're going to do that in a second, but I just want to give a quick outline of the main experiment we're going to do before we deploy a model. So let's cover that in the next video.